Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 18th, and yesterday the lawsuit between Dominion Voting Systems and Fox News was supposed to have taken place. But for some reason, the judge delayed it. Now, there are many who think that delay might be because there's a deal in the works. Well, I don't know if there's really going to be a deal in the works, because why would Dominion settle for some measly amount of money? But then why would Fox step off the plate, so to speak, and offer them a sizable settlement? So I don't know if the delay is really caused because there's an agreement in the works. And in any event, there may still be a defense that Fox News can use to counter the Dominion voting system suit. Seems like the freedom of speech that we enjoy in this country allows people to lie. It allows people to tell stories and tell tales. So the question then becomes, how bad was the lie that Fox was telling everybody? And then Fox readily admitted that they were lying. There was talk within the newsroom at the time that they announced that Trump had lost the election. They should have continued as if the election was still being counted. And then you have the megastar like Tucker Carlson publicly stating that Dominion was part of a conspiracy to steal the 2020 election from Donald Trump. While they were making those statements, they were privately expressing serious misgivings about those same claims. So they knew they were lying. So now, when this thing is going to finally come before the judge tomorrow at some point, then we have to really be ready to sink our teeth into what may really be a very unusual decision. Because freedom of speech doesn't mean that you can lie blatantly. I think the term is with malice intent. So you can lie about anything, but if there's no malice intent, you can get away with it. And who is to decide on the malice intent, on the quality of malice? That's a very difficult decision, I would think. But if you lie with malice, hatred, or something of that type, you may not be able to get away with it. So Fox News, even though they were lying, they may be able to get away with this thing because Dominion would have to prove that there was malice intent. Now, I think there was malice intent, although it came after the fact. I think when Fox News goes telling people outright lies about the Dominion system, which could seriously affect their business, then I think that can be viewed as malice. If you lie about somebody and you give people a bad impression about his personality or something, but you don't really do damage to their life, then maybe you'll get away with lying. Or maybe you state some outlandish claim about how much money you have, or about how much money he spent on something, or what you paid for your car, or something like that. That's not so terrible. But when you destroy a person's life, you ruin their life or their business like the intent was, then I have to consider that there was malice. And I don't think that Dominion should let Fox get away. But then again, maybe in this delay that took place yesterday, Dominion sees the opportunity to put this thing to bed for something that would be considered a reasonable amount of money. Now, if you're suing for $1.6 billion, what would a reasonable settlement be if that was a situation that was going on yesterday? What would a reasonable settlement be? 50%? 25%? 10%? The numbers are astronomical. And maybe if Dominion can force Fox to make certain statements that would seriously impact Fox's business, they would settle for maybe a little bit less money. But then again, Dominion probably smart enough to look at the Fox audience and know that many in the Fox audience are fanatics. They are looking to believe what Fox is spewing. So Fox is probably the most watched TV network in the country on a regular basis. Forget about special events and things like that. Fox has a loyal cadre of people who listen to their, I don't want to call them blatant lies, but listen to their point of view to the extent that has put this country in a bad shape. Fox could be penalized for that, for contributing to the downfall of this country, for contributing to the monumental split in this country between those people who want the truth, can accept the truth, and are not members of the Trump clan. So I don't know where this lawsuit is really going to end up. The malice rule, if I can call it that, has been around since the early 60s. Was involved in several instances in attacks upon Martin Luther King at that time. And then Alan Dershowitz attempted to do something against a TV network, and he lost because of the malice rule. And there are many who are against the malice rule. But the malice rule actually protects speakers regardless of their politics. It protects CNN, it protects the New York Times, it protects Fox News, it protects Newsmax. And there are many who are concerned because of the malice rule and claiming it protects places like Fox News and the far right-wing establishment. But it also protects the left wing and the squad and people like that. So the malice rule is something that we must live with. And it's a good thing. But I think that in this particular case, Dominion has an edge. Even though it may be very difficult to prove there was malice intent on the part of Fox News, because actual malice is an extremely high bar. But Dominion has produced emails and other evidence that Fox employees and executives privately entertained serious doubts about the many claims about the election. But even so, if they had many doubts and many claims, does that mean malice? That they were trying to destroy Dominion? That's a high bar. It's a difficult thing to prove. So bottom line, malice is a very high bar. And we'll have to wait and see what happens now that it's back in the chambers. And I really hope that Fox has to pay. And at the same time, I don't want this high bar lowered. So there you have it. Another conundrum for the people of the United States to live through. Why? Why does a popular network have to lie? I leave you with that this morning. Have a great day. Bye.